Hello everybody and welcome back to another Marvel Rivals review video. Today we are going to be going over a game. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I ended up playing on stream and a little off stream yesterday and it did not go that great, but I did get a few really good games that we'll be going over over the course of the week. Tonight, as the video is going up, I'll actually be playing the new rematch beta, so I probably won't be live, but we'll see. I love you guys so much. Let's go ahead and jump in without further ado. I hope everyone's ranked season is going really good, by the way. I personally have had pretty atrocious games. I've actually had to fill 9 out of 10 of my games so far. It's felt like I actually have not had a good chance to play damage for the most part. But we're having fun. I wanted to test out the new Magik skin especially, so because I have yet to use it, and I quite like this skin, as do many of the people that have been talking about it. Starting things off, as you can see, we're kind of just like floating around on this angle over here on the left, just because playing in a main area like this is always just never a super great idea. For starters, like, we're going to take a lot of damage from the Magneto over here on the front line. If we play over here on the right, we have a tendency to get pulled. And I know you can like dash up and away from the Spider-Man if they have one, but you never know. If I use a cooldown and I'm just not paying attention, I get ripped off the map, then it can be really, really annoying and very unfortunate, especially depending on like where he puts me, and then if I mess up the dash, this, that, and the third. So I like to play here on the left side. Preferably, I think a better angle is actually taking up here on the top part. I actually went left because I knew we had a penny, so I wanted to play around the mines because it would be a lot harder to chase me through. And if I did, then we would have a lot better of an angle to kind of get rid of the Thor, apply a lot of damage to him, and back up. But he actually comes over here to contest, so immediately the choice is for us to just like straight up dip. We just leave, using the dash to get out. I much prefer using the dash to leave interactions rather than like saving it to like go into a fight, because whenever you use it to run away, it's a lot better of a timing. As you can see, we don't have any cooldowns now, so we're just going to be playing around here behind the penny as much as we can, poking with our projectile to build as much ult charge as we possibly can. As now we have our cooldowns coming back up. Again, the Thor starts to pressure us, so we just retreat, drop the demon, and then just kind of poke. Matchups like this where they're running characters like Thor and Star-Lord, you have to be really, really patient, because Thor will kind of smack you silly if you don't have all of your cooldowns, and Star-Lord, as a lot of you know, is quite the hard character to capture as Magik, because he can just flip out. He has 2 flips, so he has 2 iframes that he can just straight up diff you with. He has the dash, so he can just run around really, really quick, and he just does a lot of damage in general. So we're just kind of poking. I don't want to go super hard on the backline as well because of the Punisher. We see that the tank kind of dips a little bit past us, so we go and try to poke, but we're never ever fully committing. But we made a lot of space, you can just go ahead and see, just by us like pushing this area. So look how far they are, and then watch what happens whenever we move up. What are they doing? They see us, and immediately they start kiting backward, right? And now we have effectively made space, and who's isolated? The Magneto, because the Star-Lord is also coming back. So now if the Magneto does not turn immediately and just concede the point, then he's going to take a lot of damage here. So we're making space for our team, even though we only have Penny as tank. It is our job to kind of go and disrupt a little bit. And we were being very patient, and we were making sure that we used our cooldowns on the right timing, so that way we were never like stranded. As you can see, it didn't go too good. Just back up. We do the same thing, rinse, repeat, wait on cooldowns. And again, now the Magneto is isolated for the most part, and now we can play with demons around this doorway, which a lot of us know that demon on doorway is a very, very, very good way of using it, because it's going to apply a lot of pressure and a lot of ult charge if they walk through it. Don't want to chase the Luna too hard. Again, they have a very, very easy comp to just kill us really, really quickly.
Us against the world.
Playing Magik in Season 2 is a lot of changing your playstyle on the fly and not really committing to one type of set of play, which is very, very important to note. Okay. Teamfight did not end up going too good. They pulled a lot of resources. I choose just to die here. I think there definitely is an angle for me to get out, but right now, I'm worried about dying on a timer different from my team. So like if this Spider-Man and I die, then it's kind of a tricky situation, because if he's gonna die really late, then we're in trouble. Star-Lord is really, really good at chasing down characters like Magik, and I can't really do anything and fight him because I just burned a cooldown to dash away. And it is coming off cooldown, but again, he has iframes. I would really much rather just prefer to take the death, not pad the stats or anything like that, and just die so I can come back fresh and restart. Spider-Man gets out, which is a perfect opportunity for us. And now we kind of just have to wait and give it some time until we're ready to get back on the field with the rest of the team. Walking forward. If you guys are watching still and you've made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing. Go follow the Twitch. We are so close to 3,000 followers, and I would make my month, week, and year if we could hit it. I love you. Mwah. Big kiss. Okay, the Thor ends up getting taken. A lot of people have issue with Penny Parker Soul Tank, which I can definitely see. Penny Parker definitely feels better to play with for Magik now, because now you can just play and walk backward, like into the nest. Okay, we're just gonna dip. This is a pretty decent timer for us to try and ult, whenever things come back. I think a large part of this hold is going to be, can we burn resources and make sure that we can stay on the point afterward. Okay, very nice. Huge ult by me. Very, very good. So we end up dying, but we take 2 people with us, and we make this fight way better for our team. We traded 1 ult for 2 kills, and now we get to re-evaluate our position on the point, which is fantastic. Already making a lot of big waves for our team. 3 final hits is pretty good. We've made a lot of space, and we've made sure. Right there, again, we ulted, we walked forward, so they could not progress until they dealt with us, and we were able to take a lot of space because of it. Very important when playing with passive tanks like Penny. She cannot play in her ideal way where she's diving and going into the backline and setting up in like really awkward positions that they have to take care of. So we kind of have to be the person that makes a lot of effort to fix that issue for her. Especially into characters like Thor and Star-Lord, and now they'll have Thing. It's going to be quite hard for us to make a lot of pressure because we do only have a Penny Parker, right? Star-Lord is still holding this top left. Very important. Understanding that right here, a lot of people would probably say it's not a very good idea to dash. Killing him is not really the intention. If we can, perfectly fine and great. More so, I just want to move him off of this position. Him holding this top area is very, 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 very scary. And we really, really want to keep this area for ourselves. Remember that we talked about A, B, and C a lot. In particular, this area on the top left, which we would call A, and then the middle area, which is called B, these 2 are the things that we need to have control over because they completely put the enemy team in gridlock until one of the 2 is dealt with, and oftentimes they'll take the easier of 2 angles. By doing this, we're going to immediately get rid of the idea for them to wrap and just start coming and putting pressure on this top left corner, which is the entire idea here, because we really, really want to hold this space for ourselves if we possibly can. We make him dip off, and then he has to retreat to the cloak ult. And then very important whenever the cooldowns are like this to try and dump damage and just hold it. I thought this clip was really funny, actually. We put the Luna Snow in the locker and we just straight up bully her. Not let her leave. Very, very funny. Give her a swirly. Huge. Playing the point like normal. Thing is a really odd matchup for Magik because when his Tremor is not available, it's actually rather free. He does do a lot of damage, but he has a really big windup for it. You can kind of see him like charging up this giant hulking like right click, the giant haymaker punch that he throws, and you can reactionarily dodge this portal. The problem is whenever he has Tremor and you can't use it. So Thing is a bad matchup if he has all like his big like Earth Shatter utility, but other than that, it's actually rather Magik centered.
Another soul.
Nice, good pickup, nice little extra stats. Not too bad of a round for sure. 8 final hits, not bad. We made a lot of space for our team with 1 tank. Running solo Penny Parker, we just had to enforce our own pressure and make sure that we were just making waves to go in. Obviously, it's not going to work in every comp, but they were really spread in terms of like where the Star-Lord was, and they still had 3 people in their backline, and we weren't necessarily going and trying to kill them. Just trying to do enough damage to make them a little bit scared and back up, because they were, every time they were posturing to, they were thinking I was going to dive and I was going to try and go kill one of the Punisher or one of the 2 supports. Not the case. What I'm really wanting to do is just kind of isolate the tank away from the rest of the team, which is super important. The second you see him walk past you, then you're like, that's a golden ticket right there. Boom. Either turn around, deal with me, or you're going to lose a lot of pressure and you might die yourself for doing this. Because the supports in this game, typically they don't heal past the person in front of them. They want to deal with that guy that's threatening them as quickly as possible, because it can be a really, really big hassle to fight, right? Nice pickup from our team on the torch. Not bad. And again, making sure that we're just moving in, making space, and taking space. We're not even necessarily looking for our team to be the people that are engaging. We ourselves just want to float the play. If somebody follows us, great. If not, then we'll just back up, no problem at all. Which is really, really important. I see a lot of comments saying, well, what if my team doesn't go with me? We're not necessarily needing them to. We're just trying to float the idea, so if somebody does catch on, we can start moving forward, which is a really good habit to get into, right? Again, I'm not looking to get a high kill game. I'm looking to make space and do my job, because right now I'm not necessarily playing like a dive. I'm trying to play like an off tank for the penny.
Judge, jury.
When big cooldowns like this are burned, though, like Punisher ult, I have to back up here. There's no way that we can ever contest this, right? Unless we ourselves Darkchild ult and we one-shot him. Which, given the angle, it's not really doable. Okay, I go ahead and pop my ult. Again, we know that there's a lot of commotion going on. Holding this right hallway is a really, really, really good area for Magik in particular. You have a lot of angles to use Demon. You can fight in your Demon a lot. Melee characters other than like Bucky will get straight up throttled. Spider-Man can't fight you in here because the room is too small. Things like that. Black Panther can bump into walls. Thor and Thing could come in here, which could be problematic, but we get away really easy. Thor and Thing, unless Thing Tremors, are not very good at locking you in an area. Thor especially, unless there's like a wall and you put yourself in a bad position, let's say I'm like right here in this corner, we're fine for the most part because we can portal through people, right? So I really like holding this area because if somebody does come over here, we can apply pressure with Demon here, and then if they're like walking through, we can apply pressure with Demon or ult here, which is exactly what we do. So we'll go ahead and take a look and we'll go by this frame by frame. So right here, we hear that the Thing goes in. We'll go ahead and back up just a little bit more. We peek out, we poke, we see that Thing is jumping on our left. And here we move to the right, and now we just take kind of a gamble here, just assuming that somebody is over here alone, and there's Punisher and the Cloak and Dagger, which is a huge setup for us. I do believe, yeah, so Cloak gets rezzed here, but honestly, killing the Punisher is a lot more important because he's going to dump a ton of damage under a penny. Okay, big pickup. We notice that the Black Panther is going in for a hero play on the backline, so we follow. Okay, that torch got screwed. The map changing right here was really unfortunate. I actually thought that the door was going to open sooner. It did not, so we ended up both dying because of it. Unfortunate for us. Very, very sad. But not the worst. All things considered, that's our third death, so it's not like it's a super duper bad time. Especially because we did reestablish control over the point. We did end up killing a crap ton of them, right? Very, very helpful. Here's the Thor. Kind of just brawling with both of them. Making sure that we get out and just like wait on cooldowns again. I do not like the idea of just like brawling. I really want to have as many cooldowns on Magik as I possibly can because you need them to kind of make a lot of pressure, make a lot of space for your team. Magik works okay in a brawl setting, but not with a solo tank, right? It's super duper hard.
Guess that turret can't fire if it's molten metal. Judge,
without
jury,
cooldowns in particular, of course.
Executioner!
Okay, right here, I'm kind of trying to float the idea of getting one of the squishies out of the way as the Punisher's gunning down our front line, because he's not going to be looking at us so much. He wants to shoot as many people in the door as he can. At least that's the thought. Unfortunately, I ran out of juice, and I ended up getting turreted down on the way back. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I just almost burped everywhere. That was almost really gross for you guys. I would not have edited that out, by the way. I would have made you sit there and listen to it. Okay, super important that we just wait. I'd really don't like the idea of like going and setting up alone, because if I do end up dying, then it's a really, really long cooldown, and 99% flips are not that uncommon in high elo. They happen all the time because of one little small mistake, and I don't want to be the reason that happens because I don't want to get yelled at. So now we can move in to the right over here, now that our team has started to make a lot of pressure over on the other side. Come back, get some healing. Have many cooldowns. Now we can just make a lot of space. Dump as much damage here as we can so we can build ult. Rocket's going on a trip. No problem. Back up, drop the demon. Now we have a second tank, so we can kind of play a little bit more fun. Be a little bit more freeform with how we do things. Man, this Thor just wants me bad, man. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop the ult. I think it's a really, really good idea here, just because, again, we have 2 tanks. We know the Thor is way back here, and I'm going to get back way quicker than he can. The Thor is right here in front of us, and the thing is running back. He drops the Tremor. It's too late, though. We get bubbled by Magneto, so now immediately I'm able to just go and run circles around them. Okay, big kill. And look, they're both over here, but we've made so much space and they have to come and deal with me that it's impossible for me to just straight up die here. We're building a lot of shield and I have my team behind me. We hear the Punisher pop ult. Unfortunate that we die, but it could have been a lot worse. We made a lot of space for our team and we put them in a really, really good situation.
This is real fire.
Okay, Punisher runs out of ult. We'll go ahead and just speed this up a little bit. I don't think we need to watch me run back. So, big thing is that I want you to notice right here as we clear this area, we have our cooldowns coming back. If you look at the bottom right, I don't want to burn my cooldowns all the way back to the fight because we're so close at this point and the match is so tight-knit that if I get back to the fight and I have no cooldowns in my pocket, then there's a good chance that I just die on entry. And we don't want that. So it's super important to hold the cooldown since we're close enough that we can just walk there and nothing will really change that much. So that way I can pressure with my own cooldowns and make a lot of space for the team yet again. Remember, I'm not really interested in killing them so much as I am just making space and just applying pressure for the team. That is a lot more important to me. And that should just close it out, I do believe. Thing is running around. Not bad. Very fun. Love to see it. And that's the end of that one. So that's 16 final hits, 17k damage. Our Torch had 9 final hits and 28,000. That character's so dumb this patch, by the way. There's never been... If you guys are asking me what my insta-ban is for the season, by the way, if I don't have a Human Torch player on my team, I'm banning Torch. That character's dumb right now. But not bad. I know this is a little bit of a shorter video than normal. I know typically we have like a bit of a 30-minute one. But I really enjoy these ones because I like the idea of making space with a solo tank. And I think that there is not enough commentary on my channel of me like really pushing forward. Like, even whenever you have a solo tank, remember, our Penny Parker was not with me that entire time that I was making space for my team. And this at the time of recording, this game was in a Celestial 2, Celestial 1 lobby. A little bit under a turn. Well, actually, no, because I'm in a... This is my Diamond account. Crap, dude. This was a Diamond 3 lobby, and Eternity players got rolled back to Diamond 3. There were a few people that were Eternity last season in this lobby. So it's not like I'm just going in here and crapping on, like, really low elo, like, Diamond players, Platinum players, etc. These things can work, and I was doing the first part of the game alone for quite a bit of it. And if you look at our healers, they have good healing. It's nothing too crazy, though, right? They're not, like, going out of their way. They're not dropping, like, a 30,000, like, bomb for healing, anything like that. 20 and 24,000 is definitely not bad. It's pretty relative to their team, actually, 19,022. So it's definitely not a bad game, and our stats are pretty okay. 17,000 damage, pretty much 18. Remember, damage numbers are not necessarily a good show of like, oh, I'm doing my job correctly, right? It's more of like a, how many ultimates did I get for like how much effort I put in, right? Which is very, very, very important, of course. So yeah, not too bad at all. Really love to see it. Very, very good, well played from our team in general. I'm really glad that guy swapped, but as you can see, like our Penny Parker, that's my duo, by the way, 0 final hits, and he didn't play with me a single time. He was literally just defending the backline and just sitting on top of them the entire game against their Star-Lord, and pretty good. I would say we had a very good turnout. Remember, if you guys liked the video, please go ahead, make sure you like, subscribe, share, go follow the Twitch, go follow the Twitter, go follow everything, go follow me on Google Meet. I don't know if that's a thing, but I love you, mean it. For those of you that are curious about the music, by the way, this is actually the Calamity mod for Terraria. I'll link the playlist down below. I love you. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Mwah.